this computer. Okay, so welcome guys to the session today. It's thank you for the time. It's about using English to learn German, using English as a medium language to learn German. السيشن دي هتكون كلها بالانجليزي. الهدف من ان انا اخلي السيشن كلها بالانجلش انه اتاكد بس ان الناس اللي حاضره معانا هي دي التارجت اودينس الصح. ليه؟ لانه لو حضرتك مش هتقدر تفولو اللانجوج او اللغه مثلا بالانجليزي خلال السيشن، لو مش هتقدر تفهم السيشن كلها بالانجلش، فانت في المكان الغلط. يعني مش تكبرا او نطقا او هروبا من اللغه العربيه، لا طبعا خالص. Just to make sure ان انت if you understand everything I'm saying in English, then you are in the right place. If you don't follow me, if you can't follow me, if you don't understand what I'm saying in English, then you're not in the right place. Okay? لانه علشان تقدر تستخدم لغه وسيطه في تعلم لغه جديده، لازم اللغه الوسيطه دي تكون لغتك الام، او انت بتتكلمها باتقان، درجه اتقان لدرجه اللغه الام، علشان تقدر تفهم مصطلحات اللغه الجديده وما يبقاش في مشكله في تضارب او تداخل في اللغات. Alright, so let's just switch back to English. If you guys have any question at any time, you can unmute yourself or just type in the chat. I have the chat open and I have my eyes always on the chat. Okay, welcome again. So let me start by sharing something with you. I'm not sure if I have it on my laptop here, but I hope I do. I want to show you something, guys, I did not actually share before. We are just download, I guess. Yeah. I want to show you guys the blog I wrote when I was learning German, but it's not here. No. I just wanted to show you guys the blog I wrote when I was learning German for the first time, and I wrote actually a complete guide how to learn German using English. Everything I did when I was learning German, I wrote in English as well. Every day as I was learning German, I was like writing every day. This day I read this book. This day I watched this video. This day I talked to someone online using the website. And this is what we are going to do with you now on this session. Sorry. Okay. How can you use English to learn German from A1 till C1? Okay. Completely using English as your medium language to learn German. So we'll talk about everything. We'll talk about all the skills, speaking, listening, reading and writing, what kind of books. I'll share with you guys now the books, the complete guide from A to Z. And we'll have at the end, sure, I'm not sure, I don't think it's going to take more than 1 hour. So we'll have like 15 minutes maybe if we have questions from you guys, okay? Please stop me at any time if my voice is not clear, if I'm speaking fast and I'm speaking slow. Feel free to interrupt, okay? So I'll just say something, and I'm biased here, but I think if you can speak English fluently, if you can follow me 100% now, and you can speak English fluently, you have actually a better advantage than someone who's only learning German through Arabic. It doesn't mean that you are gonna speak better than someone who is gonna use Arabic to learn German, but it only means that you have better advantage in the sense of resources. You have way more resources to learn German if you can speak English, because you can imagine how many books actually are made that translates German and how to learn it in English, and how are there in Arabic. I would say actually that if you pass the A1 level, there is no good book in Arabic. If you pass the A1 level and you go to A2, I'm saying A2. If you go to Arts by B1, then you will stick only with German books. But in English, you can find actually books that matches each level of your learning skills, and you will find YouTube videos that are endless and has such high quality that it's presented in English, and it teaches German as a second language. Let me tell you also at the beginning that there are two schools when learning any language, not only German, but when learning any language. Some people say you actually, you shouldn't use a medium language to learn a new one. So some people say that you should only use German from the beginning, and I disagree. And the other school is you can use a medium language until you reach a specific kind of, let's say, proficiency, and then you should drop the medium language completely. And I'm with the second school. I'm with the school that says in the A1 level, you can use almost 80% of the language, of the medium language. You can use 80% of English to learn German. And if you go to A2, you drop it by 50%. Okay, so use 50% English when learning German. And if you go to B1, yeah, drop it to like 10 or 20%. Only use English 10 to 20%. What does it mean, 10 to 20%? It means that you can probably like translate the words in your notebook. So you translate some of them in English, but the most is going to be only German. Even the explanation has to be in German up from B1 and above. If you go to B2 level, then absolutely no word in English whatsoever. I am with this school, and I've used it when I was learning German, and I actually it proved to be absolutely perfect. And I've recommended this to all of my friends who actually are using who learn German, that they use either Arabic or English, but they have to use a medium language because this is a new language to you, and you have to use a kind of medium, a kind of bridge, a kind of pathway to your brain just to connect the dots at the beginning, and then you can, from B1 and above, just rock it with the main language. I've actually experienced this with a lot of my friends who like took courses, and they went to places in Egypt or online, and they took courses to learn German, and the teachers who used Arabic at the beginning, and they were actually able to understand something. And the teacher who did not use Arabic, I mean, maybe it was, I mean, I'm not saying that it was wrong way, but my friends actually, they gave up and they went to another places who used Arabic more than English, more than only German. So the baseline is, I would always recommend using a medium language when learning a new one. I'm doing this, I've done it with English. I mean, I used Arabic at the beginning, looked for YouTube videos that explains English in Arabic, but then up a certain, since like from B1 or B2, I started only using English, listening to podcasts and reading English newspapers, only in English, no words whatsoever in Arabic. And I've done it with German, using English or Arabic, depending on the source, learning through English. And then I'm doing it now with the fourth language. I'm just not going to say what language it is, but I'm doing it again using English as a medium language to learn the fourth one. So I definitely recommend English as a language. It's a huge advantage. If you can speak English fluently, huge advantage. And you will see now from with us, you'll see how many resources you have online available to you. Okay. Okay, just let me stop for a second, take your feedback. All good? You guys can hear me well, sound, audio and everything?
Yeah, all good. Everything's fine.
Everything is perfect.
Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Mo. All right, we'll now go from, yeah?
Is it okay?
Thank you so much, May. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll just share the screen with you guys, and I know that some of you are in, probably anyone here didn't start at all, like is completely new to German. I mean, like an A1 level, let's say.
Yes, me, I'm in A1 right now.
Perfect. Okay. And Samir wrote in the chat, me, A1 as well. So people are starting. So we'll always start from A1, take you guys through A1, A2, and then go to from B1 and B2, and then hopefully C1 as well. My A2, And I guess Marwa spoke in the beginning, so she's definitely more than B1. So it's always like B1, B2 from her words. And perfect. I guess we have others here. Okay, so let's start with A1 from the beginning. How do you learn? How do you get introduced to the language? Okay, if you are in the beginning. Okay, let me share my screen with you now. You're now seeing my screen. Perfect. So this is my material, the ones actually I really used when I was learning German. I was always collecting my material in these folders. They never changed. Last time I edited them was like 2 years ago or something. Let's go from A1. And you actually need, I mean, you guys know that I have always recommended using Mention. Mention, the book series Mention A1, A2, B1, and then B2 you can start with another book. But in English, because you speak English now we have a privilege, yeah? So something you can use before you start in Mention, yeah? Because Mention only German, it's only German, and there is no words in Arabic, no words in English. No problem with this. You will definitely use Mention as well. But there is a great book, and I used at the very first beginning, and this one is called Take Off in German. This is from Oxford University. Everything I'm saying, you don't need to, you can write down notes if you want, but you don't need the material I will upload after the meeting directly online. I'll send you guys the link on the same post. Yeah, so this book called Take Off in German from Oxford University, and it's perfect. I mean, I did not till now find a better introduction to the language other than this one. And believe me, I have tried different. I have tried like 5 books that gives you an introduction to the language from an English point of view. And this is the best one of them. Why? Because it's, let's say, perfectly explained here. It gives you an introduction. What is Oxford? Oxford Take Off. This is a series. I mean, you will find Oxford Take Off in Spanish, Oxford Take Off in French, Oxford Take Off in Dutch. And I'm using one of them to learn the new one, the 4th one, and it's perfect as well. It starts with like explaining the sounds, how you pronounce, and it's perfect explanation. You should just repeat it many times, but it has 14 units. 14 units, every one of them, it's like 5 pages, and it explains everything in English. It's say like starting out, Guten Tag, and that's like the first thing. It says objective, what you will learn, but then the way it teaches you the language, it's through conversations. So the course 1.1 always start with a conversation here, this one, with a dialogue. And you have always the dialogue here in CD, and if we can play it, I think this is one is going to be, I missed the introduction music, yeah?
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
This section will introduce German pronunciation and give you the opportunity to practice the sounds of German before beginning the main course. First,
okay. So as you see, it's said in English. You guys, the one who says, one who's speaking, it's not native English speaker. She's native German speaker, and that's what you need. Regardless who is making the videos or the sounds, make sure he's native speaker. Okay, don't listen to anyone, specifically when you're learning how to speak the language, if he's not native speaker at the beginning. Don't make mistakes. Even if he's like the best teacher in the world, try always to take the pronunciation from a native speaker. And I'm not saying that the teachers who teach you pronunciation are not good at all. I'm just saying it's better to listen to the pronunciation at the beginning as much as you can from native speakers. So even the one here who's recording, doing the recordings, are native speakers, and every recording, every dialogue is made by native speakers. So that's perfect. So you hear the dialogue, and then you have translation for each word. Each word that it's mentioned here is translated here, okay? And then the best part is you have here the language building section. Well, this one actually introduces you to the culture of the language and the grammar of the language in a perfect way. It's like here, in a statement, the subject, I, you, he, she, etc. usually comes before the verb, and it gives you an example, okay? and it gives you an example, and then it introduces you to the formal, for example, and informal, and it gives you like a way of culture. It tells you that in German, there is actually a sort of respect when using the cultural difference between, if you're calling your friend, you will use something, but if you're calling someone who you don't know, you will use something else. So, and it gives you a perspective. It doesn't give you just the information, but it gives you a background, cultural story. And it goes like this. Second lesson, same thing. You will have a dialogue, you will have everything that comes in the dialogue of German, it's translated here, and that's perfect for you, because first thing you read, I mean, you listen to the dialogue and you don't understand anything because it's the first time you hear it. Maybe you translate, you understand like a word or two, but then you read the words and you know the translation, and you know, okay, Sie sind, it means you are. Okay, perfect. Then you listen to the dialogue again, and now you understand like 50% of the dialogue. Okay, but then you listen to the dialogue again, and now it's 70%, and then you listen to the dialogue again, and now it's 80%, and you keep listening to the dialogue until it's 100%. You understood every word that's being said before you go to the explanation. The dialogue actually is always like a minute or two. I mean, if you open something here.
1.5 Hotel Gertrud. Herzlich willkommen. Welcome. It's a hot summer evening in Konstanz.
Okay, so it's always like 2 to 3 minutes. So if you repeat it 2-3 times, that's like 10 minutes. Perfect. Perfect. And it's not like 10-minute dialogue. Okay. Someone wrote something on the chat. Okay. So, and then you come here to the explanation. That's the best thing. And it gives you an activity, and it's always like a very small activity, but it's perfect one. So this is a great introduction because you don't need to do anything else. Okay. It's only this book, and it goes through culture. I mean, you'll find always on the 4th lesson here, culture. It talks about something. Yeah. And it gives you, like in Germany, there is something called, and it's called culture. And this is what you need to fall in love with the language actually later on, just to get to know the culture. Because when you know the culture, you will speak the language better. Okay. After it's always 5 lessons, small 5. You see, it's always 2 pages, and then you have a test, and then you do the test. You have to do the test, and then you have the answers, and then there is a summary. It says, hey, say these things in German. Say thank you in German. Say order a friend or ask a friend what he will have to drink, because this is something you have learned already in the lesson. So you go here and summarize, and it's a great revision. So I definitely recommend that you start with this one, but never finish it. Okay, don't wait till you finish like the 14 lessons and then start to mention. No way. I mean, what I did was I finished the first like 5. So I finished the first like 5 or 6 lessons, and then I said, okay, good enough. Now I have an introduction to the language. Now I know how German sound. Now I have a bit of culture, and I know how to pronounce any word. I don't have to know the meaning of the word, but I know how to pronounce any word. And if I listen to any record from these 6 lessons, I will definitely know what's being said. Okay, so now you have a background, and then you start going to mention. Okay, when you, in this case, when you go to start to learn German from mention, and you open anything, you open mention A1, and you will find that you are actually, I mean, when you open even the first pages, you will know that, okay, I know was heißen zum Beispiel bedeutet. Yani, I know exactly what is the meaning of this. I know this word mean a song. I know this word mean a name, and you will find yourself that you are performing better. And it's a sense of psychology here, because you will find yourself in the first lessons of mention, probably the first 2 or 3 lessons, you know actually like 50 or 60% of what's being said. And this is going to give you a sense of excellence that, okay, I'm a step forward. Okay. And this is going to push you to finish mention. So it's a great introduction because you know English, and you need something to introduce you to German through English. You fall in love with the language. You have now, Gihad is writing on our screen. And you have now a bit of culture. So when you start with Menschen A1, you're not completely, I'll use the German word, fremd. You're not completely strange to the new language, okay? Some people can actually complete the book. They can say, I mean, I'm studying Menschen, and I will use, like, every day, I'll just read a page from Takeoff because it's like useful for me. I enjoyed it. So you can continue with Takeoff in German through A1 and A2 because it's 14 lessons. So you can distribute them like a lesson a week. And then after 14 weeks, you have finished Takeoff in German, but on the same side, you have finished Menschen A1. Takeoff in German, it's definitely not a standalone book. You can't just use it to learn the language. It's only an introduction, but it's a great introduction to make you fall in love with the language, okay? If you have any questions, please go ahead. Okay. There is another one called Teach Yourself German. It's exactly the same. There is no difference. There is no difference whatsoever between Teach Yourself German and Takeoff in German. This is a different publisher, but it's the same concept actually. But this has like 30 lessons, I guess. 23 lessons introduces you to German through English, but it is also great. I mean, this one is really, really good as well. You can do anything. You can choose one of them. I mean, you can look at Takeoff in German and you look at Teach Yourself German and you say, you know what, I think I like this one better than the other one, and you stick with one of them, okay? Or you are a beast and you say, you know what, I'll take both of them. I will learn from Takeoff in German. I'll just review from Teach Yourself German for like the first 2 weeks. And this is like, because the same content, I mean, here speaks how to introduce yourself, and there they speak about how to introduce yourself. So it's the same content, but maybe you hear different audios, for example, it's different dialogues. So you're hearing the language again and again and again from different people, and this enhances your pronunciation and your listening skills, which is what you really need actually at the beginning. So this is, I mean, it says listen to the recording. I mean, has English, has German, has a recording, and here it translates everything here and it gives you the translation to it. It's fun actually to do. It doesn't have crazy exercises, which I always don't. I mean, I hate actually doing homeworks. So it doesn't have crazy tests. It's only like a couple of questions, true or false, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. That's great, just to test your listening skills. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's the same as Takeoff in German. It's just only a matter of if you like it or not. I mean, what kind of teaching method would you like better? For me, what I've done actually is I used both of them. Okay, I used Takeoff in German and then I used this one, and I found that I like both of them. Okay, so both are okay, both are fine to me. One of them is great, any one of them is great, but you don't have to do 2 of them. I will also upload it. There is always, with any one of them, there is always CD. And this is the most important thing that you have to listen.
Lektion 1.
For example.
Übung 4. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen.
Exercise 4. Listen and repeat.
Hallo.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Tag.
Guten Abend.
Okay.
Gute Nacht.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, Samir wrote a comment. The problem that the book should be structured according to the CEFR levels, so you have the same progress as you work with Menschen. So you maybe skip Menschen. Good comment, Samir. Thank you. I mean, let me explain to you guys. CEFR, it's like the European classification of languages. It says the languages are A1, E2, B1, B2, C1, C2. There is no like D1. C2 is like the maximum level you can reach. And A1 is like the starter. Books like Menschen are classified to this. You will find Menschen A1, you will find Menschen A2, you'll find Menschen B1. Menschen stops at B1, but you can find like Aspekte or Sicher, B2, C1 and C2. As I said, these books are not classified to the A1, E2 level. They claim that if you master everything that's said here, you have mastered the A2 level. Okay, I've read about it. They claim that if you mastered everything in the Takeoff in German book, you have mastered the A2 level. But as I said, you never use this book as a standalone product, as they say in the world of business. You never use this book as the only book that you will use to learn German. However, you can use it as a supplementary book or supplementary material to introduce you the language, because you know English and you love English, and you will use English to love German. Okay, and as I said, use it as an introduction. But once you have like learned 3 to 5 lessons, then start with mention. But you never skip mention. Just stressing against Amir that I didn't say that you should skip mention or you only use this ones as the main product, the main book, okay? Because it's never sufficient. However, it's a great support material. Okay, so now you have these 2 books. You choose one of them. You've learned like 5 to 6, 8 lessons maybe, and then you say, perfect, I have a great basics yet. Now, I mean, I have a great basics. I know how to introduce myself. I know how to order something in a cafe. I know how to express a feeling in German. And then you start with A1 from mention, and then you will find yourself learning really fast, because the first like 3 to 5 lessons, you already know most of them. And then you go on. If you have time and if you have the energy, if you have the enthusiasm, complete the books. Use every like week, lesson from them, and you will find the dots are connecting between the 2. Okay, maybe you only like the grammar explanation, because I always like to, I mean, know the explanation of because they connect the German grammar to the English grammar. And I say, you know what, in English we have something like this rule, it's called that, and you can use it in this way. So you say, okay, now I understand. And that happened a lot. This will happen a lot because the German grammar and the English grammar, they might seem different, but actually there is a lot of, how do you say it? There's no synapses between them. Yeah, they connect a lot, the 2 languages. The root of the language are the Germanic root, which is always the same. That's why you'll find a lot of German words that are the same as in English. Okay, so you can still use the 2 books till you finish A2, because the books claim that if you finish them, then you have an A2 level, so you can use them till you finish A2 from mention, and this is when you stop using the 2 books. Someone wanted to say something? I think someone opened the mic. Ahmed, do you want to say something, or your mic is just open?
Yeah, I can say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can recommend the counselor speaker as something in advance that if you wanna speak, like if you wanna learn more how to do the pronunciation of the words, or how to build a sentence in your mind. So I can definitely recommend a counselor speaker. I'm so lazy to listen.
What? Sorry, may I interrupt you, but the voice was not clear. If you can speak louder,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
Yeah, I would like to recommend counselor speaker. Counselor speaker, it's like audios, like conversation audios, English. It's with English and Deutsch, you like together, so you can listen to both of them. Like it's like a conversation between 2 people, each one of them speaking German, and there's someone who is explaining during the audio. It's like full conversation, like for each audio, like it's gonna take like 30 minutes from your time. So counselor speaker, I think it's effective, but I'm lazy to do it.
Really,
Like,
really
if
sorry
you're
to
listening,
interrupt you.
yeah.
But actually, the voice is really breaking. I mean, even the guys in the comments, like, please.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, it's fine. Probably the internet. It's probably not the speakers. It's probably the
Yeah, there is something called Pemsler. I'm going to write it here.
Okay, now I get it. Yeah, Pemsler. Yeah. I know it. I have it here actually. I used it.
I'm so lazy to use it, but it's really effective.
Look, let me find it here for you, because look, I've tried everything, to be honest, because I was here you go. This is Bremsler German.
Yeah.
I used it. I'll give you guys, this is reading, I guess. Let me give you guys a sense of what it is.
Yeah.
1 second.
This is Unit 3 of Pimsleur's German 4. Lektion 3. Ein Amerikaner spricht mit einer deutschen Bekannten. You'll hear them mention the Pergamon Museum.
Okay. Pimsleur is like an audio course. And this audio course, guys, is intended to teach you German through English. It has some reading material, it has some audio material, but I would never recommend it as the main product. You can definitely use it as a supplementary course just to enhance your listening skills. Okay, maybe some understanding, because they go basics. I mean, they don't go deep into the language, but this is the kind of courses you will just play in the radio of your car, that you will just play when you're going to the work, when you're back from the university. I mean, you play it just to pass the time, but you never use it as the main course. But it's a great supplementary material. I mean, you can use it. What I did actually, I had it on my phone when I'm going to the school. I'm going back from university. I'm going to work. I'll just listening to it. Yeah.
Do you have iPhone? Because I want to download it on my phone too.
I will actually, I have iPhone, yeah, but I will upload this. I will upload this to my to the work drive.
How can I do that?
Don't worry about it. I'll send you the link. You can just download and it will download in your phone.
But can we download it on iPhone?
Yeah, you can definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But it's a great, but don't depend only on Pimsleur because it's not that deep. But you can use it as a supplementary level. It's fine. Okay. Perfect. We go now to the next one. Wala said something in the chat. When I hear a word, it's different from one person to another, specifically R or ER in the end of the words in audiobox. Good question, Wala. Actually, it's not different. It's almost, there is like a rule. If there is an R in the end of the word or not, but you will have to, in this case, yeah, what I will do is I'll just go to YouTube and I will search how to pronounce R, for example, how to pronounce R in German. And there is someone who's going to explain everything that has to do. There is Anya. Anya is crazy, but she's cool. Really, really good. She will explain to you in this one, for example, everything that has to do with the R. If there is an ER, if there is at the end of the word, at the middle, and then you go something like this. And that's what I mean, guys, by only go to native speakers. And that's what the advantage if you speak good English, because they all of them, they explain in English. Okay, so as we are on YouTube, we'll just go to 3. There are 3 people, or actually 4. Let's say 4. There are 4 YouTube channels that you will have to use. Okay, use it every day when you're learning the language. This is the first one, Anya. Anya's crazy, but she's really fun. I liked her videos a lot. I'm not sure if she has one for E1. Yeah, like the German in a minute, crazy Germans, and she goes through the pronunciation, which is perfect. Yeah, I mean, this is like 17 videos about pronunciation. Go through them every day, watch like a video or 2, and it's perfect. So learn German with Anya. She explains everything in English, and that's the thing. There is something else, another one called Learn German with Katja. No, not this one. Yeah, this one. This one is really professional. This one is really, really cool. She has this one. I remember the first video was like the alphabet and how to pronounce the alphabet. Even you guys see, I've seen it before, and it's like the red line. She's perfect. Everything. I mean, she teaches the language in a really good way. Specifically, the pronunciation. I had troubles with not pronouncing the CH sound in German. It's really hard at the beginning, only at the beginning. But once you master it, perfect. You can do it, I mean, without even noticing. And I remember this video because it helped me a lot to learn how to pronounce the CH sound. So It's called Deutsch für euch. Katja is perfect. Go for it. And then the last one, learn German with Jenny. Okay, Jenny is perfect as well. Jenny actually, I mean, she changed the language. She changed the channel name to Linguni, I guess. But let me show you. This is Jenny. Okay, she's native speaker English and German. She's native in English and native in German. I mean, the three of them actually speak English fluently, as if they were natives. But if you open, I don't know why
Wenn du
this.
online verkaufen willst, gilt es aufzufallen und das jeden Preis. Geh auf Wix E-Commerce und erstelle einen professionellen Online-Shop.
Coming from. Okay, so learn German with Jenny. Jenny is great. She has videos from A1 to B2 or even C1. Always follow Jenny and the three of them. Okay, they are perfect. And to be honest, there is no one of them you can use and dump the others. Okay, learning a new language is really at the beginning not easy. You have to, one might say, hey, like you give us now 5 names of things to do. Give me just one name. No, it doesn't work like this. It doesn't exactly work like this. You have to get introduced to different source of learnings until you find the matching style. So you might go to Jenny and you find that she's boring, and so you go to Anya or Katya and say, okay, that's the one I need. So you have to get introduced to different type of teachers, different type of levels, until you find the one matching your style, and always take something from anyone. So you might find that Jenny actually have perfect sentences. I mean, she displays perfect sentences, and this is something you take, but you go to Katya and have fun watching the video. Yeah. So always take something. You have a book called Teach Yourself German. You don't like the method, but you only like the audios. So you go to listen to only the audios. And just as Mai said, so Mai said Pimsleur. I did recommend you guys Pimsleur. I said I've used it actually. So I didn't like Pimsleur, but I used the audios. Yeah, why not? Okay. Take something from each thing and it will definitely pays off at the end. Okay. Anyone guys have a question before we move to the next one? Samir is recommending Anya. Yeah, Anya is great. I like her. كتاب mention في أوقات تنطق الحرف ما نعرف إنه لا ينطق. You need to listen to it again, because people who read audios in mention, they are native speakers. But probably it's a different accent. Yeah, might be a different accent. If not accent, it's called dialect. Might be a different dialect. Because in German, people from the west of Germany speak different in dialect than the one from the east in Germany and so on. Okay, let's move on to the next level. Just at the beginning, someone said I want the mention glosser. The one here, but in English. Look, man, I really want to find it. I used it, to be honest. I used it. I didn't use this one, the Arabic one. I used the English one, but I can't find it online. Someone deleted it from the link I used, and I cannot find it. Honestly, it was on this group, German for free. I can't find it anymore. But I'm just keep looking. Even if I find it online, I will buy it for you guys. Yeah, but I cannot find it yet. If anyone find the link where I can buy it, just send it to me. I'll buy it and send it to you guys. Okay. Okay, let's move on. So you finished A1 and A2. You've used the 2 box, and then you go to the next level. Okay, and then now you go to B1 level. Well, B1, to be honest, you don't need English at all. Yeah, but you can use English for 20 to 30%. You can use English just to translate. And speaking of translation, I always use this one. It's called lingui.com. It's perfect. It translates from English to German. Give me any word that you guys want to know. Lebenslauf, CV. It says Lebenslauf means CV, and it gives you like 2 to 3 examples. For example, this one. Alle Bewerber müssen einen Lebenslauf und ein Anschreiben einreichen. يعني كل I'm speaking now in English. All applicants must submit a CV and cover letter. The translations are perfect, absolutely professional translations. Definitely use it if you want something to translate from English to German. Give me another one. Zum Beispiel, Untergang means different things. So it says, hey, it can mean destruction, can mean loss, it can mean ruin, and it gives you another things, yeah? And at the end of the page, you have something called, they give you an example of words conjunction that you can use. Okay? Vor dem Untergang stehen, yeah, speaking now in Arabic as well, facing the ruin, in the face of the destruction now. Okay? Okay, now this is a good dictionary. I've always used it. They have something called DeepL, but this is more, you don't translate just one word, you translate sentences. With this one, I want to learn German. Ich möchte Deutsch lernen. Let me tell you something. I worked in Sony Germany, and I mean, we use this one to translate things from English to German because it's professional to the maximum level you can find it. When you can change, ich will zum Beispiel Deutsch lernen, you can choose different words. So it's a perfect one. DeepL and their dictionary called lingui.com. And if you have an iPhone, you can download it on your phone. Unfortunately, it's not available for Android as an application, but as a website, you can definitely use it. You can just go to Google Chrome, lingui.com, and you translate everything you want, or use your PC. Okay. Now let's move to the next one. Now you are in B1. If any books contain words in Deutschland English. I didn't understand what you mean, Ahmed. Write it again, please. So you moved into B1. There is a great book, a supplementary as well. All these books, guys, are supplementary books. You never use it alone. You have to use mention with it. And this is from Klett. Klett is one of the most famous publishers in regards to languages, and specifically in German. It's called Einfach sprechen, which means like speak simply or simply speaking. And they have almost 12 situations where you can use the language. Not this one, actually. No. Sorry, guys. Not this one. This one is good, but it's not the one I mean. This one really good. Let me check. I think I have it in B1 plus. Cannot find it here. If someone wants to say anything or have a question, go ahead. I'll find it for you guys. I'll find it for you. Wait a second. Warp drive. Because I remember uploading the book to the website. It's B1. Einfach sprechen. Yeah. Schreiben. No, it's not called einfach. There is einfach sprechen, einfach schreiben. But the one I need, it's not called. But that's weird. Maybe it had English in it. I remember it had English. It's not the one. No, it's fine. It's fine. Speaking, maybe. No. So there is a book here that you can use in B1. I can't find it, but I'll upload it to the website. I'll find it. Maybe it's deleted from my computer here, but I'll find it and upload it to the website. It's something that you can use to improve your speaking skills in B1 because it has situations and translation of the situations in German and in English. So it's a great book that you can use. But if you want to use a book in the advanced level, here is a one for you. It's the same as Teach Yourself that we used before, yeah? But this is an advanced level. It's called Teach Yourself Further German. an advanced course. You can start this one between B1 and B2. You will never use it at the main book, but it's great. It's really, really cool. They have great audio and they give you absolutely perfect culture. Yeah, they introduced the map of Germany, and this is something you need to know. What kind of Bundesländer zum Beispiel are there? What's like different between Hamburg and Berlin zum Beispiel? What's like the difference between the two states and everything like this? And it's perfect. It gives you perfect grammar speaking. Great one. I'll also upload it and send you guys the link on the post. But this one is great if you are in the level of B1, B2. Okay, in the level of B1, B2, you can use this one just as a review. You're just reviewing your information and adding some little sentences to it. And this is something, it's also in English because it's from the Teach Yourself series, and it has recordings. You can use always the recordings. Now in B1 and B2 level, actually I would recommend doing this from A2. There is something called Easy German, and I'm sure that every one of you have heard of them. Easy German, I would argue, actually is the best channel online when it comes to learning German. And they are now actually, they started with Easy German. Now they have Easy French, they have Easy Spanish. I actually think they have even Easy Arabic. Let me check. Yeah, they have Easy Arabic.
My job
Anyway, so they have Easy Arabic.
is to make
I remember
college
because they said they want to get introduced to the Arabic culture all online. I think this is Egypt actually. You know, it says الحمد لله الدراسة سلسة وفي نفس الوقت مجال أنا حباه. Someone is learning Arabic and is learning the Egyptian dialect. Good way. So Easy German, it's the best channel you can use when learning German. Why? If you don't know the channel, actually, they go to the streets, they ask one question, and they ask it to many people. Okay, for example, let's take, we asked couples in Berlin how did they meet, how they met. Okay, so they go like to 20 people on the streets, but they have everything they say. It's available here in German. And it's also
Janusz, weißt du noch,
in
wie
English.
wir uns kennengelernt haben?
Ja, klar weiß ich es. Das war in diesem Medienzentrum in Münster. Und du bist mit deiner Freundin gekommen, um irgendein Projekt zu besprechen. Und dann hast du bei dem Erzählen immer so gemacht. So. Und ich fand das strange. Like, was ist das denn?
Und ich erinnere mich noch, am Ende des Treffens hast du mir deine E-Mail-Adresse gegeben und die war Janham for you mit einem Diddle-Aufkleber, so einen kleinen Comic-Aufkleber. Und da dachte ich, was für ein komischer Typ.
Ich war schon damals ziemlich cool, ja.
Okay, so they go to the streets and then they ask people, how did you meet?
Und war aus Berlin gekommen zum Boston.
Yeah, it seems like this one is from America.
Und
jener Zeit. Und ich bin dann zurück nach Berlin.
I mean, and you just listen. And the perfect thing about this is you listen to German from the streets. You're learning the street language, which is the thing that you need in this case. I used to have my notebook and I used to write everything they say that I don't know at the B1 level, because at the B1 level, you're open to the language. I remember listening to at least one video every day. I never skipped a day from A2, from the end of A2, because I was really always mad that I don't understand them, because this is B1, B2 level, but I liked listening to them from A2, and every day I listen to one video and I probably write like 15 words or 20 words. I don't write everything because it's a lot, but I write like mindestens at least 20 to 30 words from like a page. I always like to write a page from what I've learned from them, and always sentences, because I like a sentence. Und ich bin dann zurück nach Berlin. For an A2 level, this is a good sentence. If I want to say I'm back to Cairo, how do I say it? Yeah, and that's why I write a sentence. Okay, but listen to them every day if you can. Download the videos if you want on your phone, and then listen to a video every day. And the best thing that you can do is you can ask yourself the question and you answer it. You answer it before you start the video. And if you can, you won't be able to add too much words. But after you listen to the video, you've heard now a lot of German words. Try to use them and answer again the video, okay? Answer again the same question. Now, if you are single, that's a problem because you can't answer this one. But you can choose another one. There's a lot of them. How do you stay in shape? I don't know, if you're overweight, you can say, I don't stay in shape because I eat a lot. That's a sentence. Try to say it. If you can't say it in German, try to find how to say it in German. And that's how I use Easy German every day. Okay? How would you describe yourself? Perfect to learn how to describe yourself from German words. What the German use every day to describe themselves. It's really funny or interesting because you're using the daily language. It's different from the books because sometimes in the books you will learn words you will never use. I remember in Mention there was like some lessons actually in A2 or B1. I was like studying the lesson, say I will never use this word, so I skip it. I'm not stressing myself to memorize everything. If there is something I think I'm not going to use it at all, it's like speaking about something in the mountains and some kind of stones. I'm never going to use this word. So I leave it and I go to the other one. So, but this here, everything they say, you might say it one day, actually, okay? So it's like the day-to-day language. Listen to Easy German, they are perfect, okay? So let's hear from you guys if you have any questions so far. Okay, Samir is saying that Easy German have an application called Seedling. Yes, true. I didn't try it, but I know that they have mentioned it in videos a lot. So try it, guys. Maybe it's worth it. I like these guys and I like what they do, and I always believe that they do quality works. So they have Seedlang. Try it. Probably it's a good one. I guess seed is like in German, like Habba, or Lang, like short of languages. I like the name actually. I like the name. Okay. Now your comment, Samir, actually reminded me of something. Easy German as well. They have a podcast, and this is something we're going to talk about next for those who are in B1 and B2 level. Easy German podcast. Yeah, the Easy German podcast. You can find it anywhere. You can listen to Apple Podcasts if you have an iPhone. You can download Overcast or Pocket Cast if you have an Android. And they have, I think, an episode every week. Perfect, really good. The language they speak is really clear. It will help you a lot when you are learning language. However, the podcast, I would say B1, B2 level. Don't start in A2 because you will not understand a lot. Unless you're not going to be feeling bad if you don't understand things. I would recommend going to the videos because the videos have a transcript. But the podcast start when you are in B1 level, okay? With the time, you will learn a lot from them. I don't think they teach the language. They speak about like common topics, okay? House Verbot beim Zahnarzt. Okay, that's interesting. It's good. I think they have something like vocabulary helper. I didn't try it because I was listening to my phone, so I don't go to the website itself. But it's cool. And I mean, this is B1, B2 level, I guess, when using the language. Now, I guess if you reach this level, you don't need actually English anymore. Once you reach B1, B2 level, you don't need English anymore. You will just use it to maybe translate a word sometime that you really didn't understand from the dictionary, the German one. But things like Easy German or B1, B2 level, perfectly matching your listening still. And you can use it to enhance your listening and your speaking. In the case that act as if you're being asked a question and then answer it. let's see some comments from the chat. And if you guys have anything, please do it. Marwa is saying that she's using DECT as dictionary. DECT is great. I don't think DECT has English. Doch. It has English as well. Yes, yes, it's a good one. I liked actually Lingui from the UI. Yeah? The manza, the look of the website was actually better in Lingui. That's why I always use Lingui, but I know this one is really great. Let's try the same word, Lebenslauf. I like this word because resume, it's CV. Yeah, I like this one. Hey, but see, the thing is, look, it only translates like the word Lebenslauf to CV, but it doesn't give you a sentence. It doesn't give you a sentence of how to use it. That's why Lingui, actually, I would say it's better. The thing is with Lingui that you can, I think it's also available here, but is the sound is also good.
Curriculum vitae.
Lebenslauf.
The woman now, she's saying the words. It's not robotic, I guess, because it's like native one speaking. The thing I like, I lost now the words. Okay, I remember. I like this word a lot because it's one of the first words I learned when I was preparing for German. I like this one because it's like CV. I hate the word CV, but Leben, for those who don't speak English, German, Leben means life. Okay, Leben. Und Lauf, laufen, it's like a verb which means running. Okay, so they combine the two words, Leben, life, and running. And it almost seems like you're running your life. I mean, your CV, it's something you've been running your life to do the things that you mention in your CV. You've been running your life to finish your school and you have it in your CV, running your life to work. So I'm not sure if this is why they did it as Lebenslauf, but I like it from this way. Okay. Now, some of the comments in the chat, because I don't want to take more time from you guys. It's almost an hour now. I mean, if there are books in Deutschland English words or not, will German benefit? Okay, Ahmad, I meant if there are books in Deutschland English words or not. If you mean, Ahmad, that words, can you speak, man? If you have if you can unmute yourself, just to make sure I get your question clearly. Yeah? Mahmoud, why mention? Because it's like the best one. It's the best one out there. Hands down, I have not seen. I've tried a lot, Mahmoud. I've tried a lot. I'll show you now. A1, like for example, I guess A2. I tried mention. I tried something called Delphin from Delphin. Wait. Yeah, this one. I've tried this one as well, but mention is way better than this one. I used it just to review the previous level. Like I finished A2 from mention, and I was using Delphin to review A1. Yeah, but mention is way better. Okay, now someone is asking, will German benefit me in medical field here in Egypt as a job? Or it has just call center translating jobs, and I want to know your perspective. That's out of the topic, but no worries, we'll answer it. Look, I'm not sure what do you want to work as a doctor here in German, in Egypt with German? Is that what you mean? Because I'm not sure that you can find such a job here in Egypt. I know that the Saudi Almani, Mustashfa Saudi Almani, but I don't think they actually need someone who speaks German. So I don't think that you will use German as a doctor here in Egypt. But you can work anything as you want online. Most people who are in the medical field that learn German and want to work as German, they travel to Germany. That's it. And they don't do two things. I mean, they just travel to Germany. If you go to the website, here, if you go to the website, you will find something called your career guide. There is all the jobs that you can work with German. Technical support, advice like call center, starting salaries are 12,000. This is true. This is really, really true. What you will get in your bank is 12,000 at the end of the month. can work as a teacher, and it's also per hour. I guess the starting is like 70 or 80 pounds. And all the things. Software testing, it's not always call center. You can work in technical fields, and they are really requested. You can work as management engineers. This is also requested a lot in Vodafone, for example. Let's see if they have current job openings. Here you go, TS Incident Management Engineer. And this is like 10 days ago. See, they are always in demand. And if you apply now, you'll get an interview tomorrow, I guarantee you. Because I know people who actually need it. Can always work in freelancing. Let me show you guys something. I can always work in freelancing. I have an Upwork profile. I use it just a side hustle. I don't do it my full-time job. But let me show you my profile on Upwork. This is my profile on Upwork. I just created one administrative assistant German speaker just to try it. And I've made over 1,000, as you see, over $1,000 from it. Okay. Like over 190 hours, I guess, and over $1,000 from Upwork. So you can work anything you want on Upwork. If you write just German on Upwork, you can find anything. Copywriter, that's way different than call center and everything else. Facebook, if you are into marketing, translation, like Marwa, I guess. Social media. You can find anything. 3D, here you go. Hey, I think some Arzt, hat gesagt hier. Ja, Arzt für Kooperation mit Hauptpflegemarkt gesucht. Yalla, أي خدمة. Here you go. I mean, they need online a doctor actually that has German. I think this is really interesting. I've never seen something like this on Upwork, but it's really interesting. Check it out if you speak good German. Yeah, because I'm not gonna apply for it. All right, I think that's it for me. Let me just have a look. I'll upload everything that I mentioned actually online. I think that's it for me. I guess I did not forget something. C1, no, you're not gonna use absolutely English in C1. I hope, let's see, someone wrote actually. Thank you, you're welcome. Okay. So just to recap what we said, take off in German, teach yourself German in the beginning, just an introduction to the language. 5 to 6 lessons are enough. Get into mention. On the way, when you're learning mention, have like drop a lesson or 2 every week from these books. It will help you a lot. It will give you a great introduction to the language. Listen to Learn German with Jenny, with Anya, with Katya online. Perfect channels on YouTube. From the end of E2, beginning of B1, use Easy German. Perfect. They have, as Samir said, they have an app called Zeitline. Check it out, guys. I guess it's a great one. And there is Teach Yourself Advanced English. Oh, I remember a great book now. What else? I always forget. I remember a great book, and this book I'm using till today, to be honest. Till now, I'm using this one, and I hope I can find it quickly for you. 1 second. I hope I can find it. I guess I have. Vocabulary for learners. This one is great. Yeah. This is a great dictionary. It's like the best one. You're not going to use it to translate words, but you use it to review words. It has words and topics. Yeah. So it doesn't just list words, but it's like it will talk about social contexts. And it has words in 2 sets. The one that have wide background, and this is the ones if you are a beginner. The ones with a gray background, it's like sentences that you can use. Yeah, perfect one. I'll upload it for you guys also. I have printed it out, and I used to review a subject every week, I guess, because it's a lot of words. It's not easy. Here you go. So I used to review one day, every day. I take one lesson. It's a perfect one. I might actually go back and review them all because I've forgotten a lot, but it's perfect one. You can use it if you are B2 level. Yeah, B1, B2 level, not B4. Don't think you will need it in B1 because you'll also get a lot of, maybe to B2. It will be really useful for those who actually want to review the words. This one, and everything is translated to English, and that's the perfect thing. I like it a lot because, and the B2 level, you don't need English, but you can actually use it to just make sure that you understand everything correctly. Okay. All right, guys. I guess that's it for me today. I hope you have enjoyed the session. I hope that it was useful. I remember something else. Sorry, I have to mention this. I don't know why I keep forgetting. Speaking language, because this is really cool. There is a website called, there is a way to find the language partner. It's called Tandem Partner, I guess. I'm not sure if Tandem is an English word or a German word, but Tandem is like an exchange partner. Those who speak only Arabic will struggle actually to find someone. They will send like 50 messages and they will get like 5 replies. Yeah, but those who speak good English, and I use this, they go to exchange website, find Germans who want to have an English partner and write to them in English. Say, my name is Ahmed. I used to write, my name is Ahmed. I've been, when I like them, write something in English. I've read your profile. I speak like English fluently. I'm interested. I'm learning German now, and I just need someone to practice with like an hour a week or so. I used this website, Speaky, and I used italki. I used both of them. Both are perfect, but you will have to write to some, you're not gonna get an answer from the first message you write, because you find people here. You just search for native German speakers who want to speak, want to learn English, and you write to them. You will find people faster than someone who's writing to those who want to learn Arabic, because there are not a lot of in German who want to learn Arabic. Yeah. Those two websites are perfect. I guess now there are new websites. You can search online language exchange English German. You'll find apps. There are a lot of apps, but this is a great way to speak the language for free, I guess. And you write. I've usually I wrote to like 21 or 22 person, and 7 of them or 5 of them replied. I talked to like 4 of them. 2 I didn't like the way of communication. Yeah, I didn't like how they think, because yeah, I want to learn the language, but I don't want to waste my time speaking with someone who's not on the same way of thinking as me. So 2 of them I didn't match, and they didn't match my way of communication. And the other 2, I have been friends with them for like 3 years now. We are still talking for like every day. We're still talking now for like 3 years, and in New Year we just wrote to each other like Happy New Year and everything, and we are great friends. And if they ever visit Egypt, I will definitely meet them. If I ever go to Germany, I will definitely meet them. You can make really good friends from online websites like this, because in order to exchange, you have to talk about something, and then you end up talking about everything. And then if something is matching the way you think, then it's a good friend. Yeah, he's interested in your culture, you are interested in his culture, and that's why the friendship grows. And from my experience, Germans love Egyptians. They love Egyptians, and they love the pyramids and the pharaohs and everything. So you have an advantage of an Egyptian speaking English. Yeah. I swear I'm not going to say anything more. That's more than enough for today. I guess you have. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have any questions before we leave, please go ahead. Please send me the mug. No, you have to answer in the comments, and your comment have to get huge likes, Samir.
I just want to say thank you for your time and for your efforts showing us these books and all.
You're more than welcome. I hope I can help you guys. You are more than welcome.
Dankeschön.
Yeah, gern geschehen. Alles klar. Wish you guys happy evening or night for those who can sleep. Sweet dreams, and see you in our next Zoom meeting. Yeah.
Dich auch.
Yeah.
Tschüss.
Ciao. Bye.